Hi beautiful people, welcome back. Hope everybody is doing fantastic wherever you are in this world. Happy Tuesday. I think today's Tuesday. But anyway, all I'm gonna do is smile because this past week leading up to today has been so trying. First of all, forgive the background because as I told you guys, my husband was affected by the tornado that came through in Deer Park, and they just boarded up for now, and we have no idea when this is going to be fixed. There's no other option that he cannot break his lease here and move to a different apartment, but that's irrelevant. Also, you guys, please keep my daughter-in-law in prayer. Last week, her grandmom passed away, and she was very, very close to her grandmother. So my son, his wife, and the baby are in Arizona. I am here in Texas helping out or trying to do what I need to do, and I'm here with these two dogs. So it's been a week and a half so far. It truly has, but you know what, it's all good. God is good. We just got to keep moving forward, looking up and saying let's do this. But anyway, before we get into this video, my usual disclaimer: please do not take what I say as fact. Feel free to do your own research and come to your own conclusion. So you guys, yesterday I was going through all my comments and responding to people, and as I said, you know, with all the negative comments, I guess I just have a good laugh because it's like, you know what, I was one of those people when I was following Katie Joy when she was covering the Micah Staffer case, until, you know, the red flag started popping up, light bulb started going off to say, well, something is just not right. But I'm also the type of person where I will do my due diligence before just blindly following somebody. And the main thing about this, please, anybody out there, do not do what Katie Joy does. And I'm talking about people are like, oh, I wish somebody would go and dig into Katie Joy's past and do the same thing to her, what she's doing to these people. No need to do that. Do not do that, because she gives us plenty to go off of. And why should we reload her victim card? No, we're not going to do that. We're going to report on who Katie Joy truly is, because Katie Joy comes off as this advocate, journalist, reporter. She has the best intentions for everybody, but on Instagram, on Facebook, is a totally different person, which I'm going to point out today. So Jinger Duggar actually is coming out with her book today, and you know, it's like, in my opinion, an advocate is someone who actually promotes the interests of a specific cause. And in this situation, Katie Joy says that she's against all these cults, religious cults, and all that type of BS. Now, when it comes to Jinger Duggar, she was in the IBLP. So in my opinion, Katie Joy should be supporting Jinger for at least beginning to see the light, for leaving the false teachings which she grew up in. Now, do we expect Jinger to automatically just leave this cult, leave all this? No, everything takes time. Nothing, in my opinion, happens overnight. It's just a gradual journey. And this is what one of her followers actually said. She's just starting out in her journey. I started mine around her age. I believe she will continue growing and become a better person as the years go by. To which Katie Joy responds to this person: did you write a book claiming to have it known while pushing a new church while profiting off of it? I just want to know if in your process you potentially hurt others by profiting off them. Now, as we go further into this, I do not see Jinger promoting this church. I don't hear her saying, leave the teachings of Bill Gothard and come to where I'm at. No, she's telling her story. This is her story to tell. She's not telling anybody else to come to her side.
And I want people who have walked through hardship and pain to be able to come to the place where they see that you don't have to reject your faith because you've been harmed by it, within it, but you can separate truth from error and come out on the other side stronger.
But now, the advocate, Katie Joy, keeps pushing that she is profiting off of this. She is pushing a new church. Because Katie Joy also posted this. And as you can see under the writing, she says, Jinger Duggar's current, and in quotations, solid church of amazing biblical teachings. To which she also says, here are more than a dozen headlines about John MacArthur and his alleged history of shaming women, protecting child rapists, pedophiles, and abusers. Oh, and his son was accused of $16 million fraud. Just want people to know who Jinger is getting a solid theological teachings from now. So this person, Katie Joy, that says she's an advocate, she's still going harder for Jinger, still criticizing her for where she's at. This is not your journey, Katie Joy. This is Jinger's journey. Maybe in another, maybe 2, 3, 4, 5 years time, she will realize that, hey, maybe these teachings are not that much different from what I was taught. Everything is a process, Katie Joy, which you fail to understand. Then Katie Joy goes into the interview that she had with Juju Chang on ABC News. Now, in my opinion, this is huge for Jinger. It's like a full circle moment, you know. They were on ABC News when they were on their reality show. But the trauma, the bondage that she was going through at that time, she couldn't speak on it. But now she's back on that same network talking about the hardships that she went through, how she felt, what she was going through. But this is the thing that Katie Joy took away from all this. And she said, talking about this interview, criticizing this interview that Jinger had, the first thing that pissed me off, she calls the kids train wrecks. Really? They are victims, Katie Joy. They're not train wrecks. Absolutely. Go and speak about Josh Duggar every which way you can. Feel free. But it's not lost on you, Katie Joy, to actually downplay a pedophile, or is he a child rapist, that you downplayed his criminal acts so you could platform him, so you could get dirt on the Duggars. That's fucked up, period. And for anybody who wants to tell me about my language, please click off, because I don't have the time. I'm a 48-year-old woman. I can do what I want to do. Nobody's going to tell me if I can swear or not, because I'm tired of people telling me to watch my F-bombs. Then Katie Joy goes on and she says she was so surprised and how she was so measured in her actions and what she had to say. It's like, really? This is her freedom. This is her story. She feels comfortable with Juju Chang. She can do whatever she wants to do, Katie Joy. She's entitled to it. But what surprised Katie Joy the most, what startled Katie Joy, was when Jinger broke down. Now I want you to be the judge of this. I'm going to play you this clip where Katie Joy says that she felt startled, that Jinger felt startled because Juju Chang asked about Josh Duggar and she wasn't expecting it.
And it's this that really startles Jinger and makes her take a step back.
You also point out that this hypocrisy mirrors the hypocrisy of your own brother, who committed his own set of unspeakable sins and crimes.
Sorry, it's hard to talk about. I know that that's a whole nother thing. It is difficult to talk about. But, I talk a little bit about that in the book.
Ginger's reaction to the mere mention of Josh's name is really what startled me. I wasn't expecting her to, in an interview, break her face.
Does Jinger look startled to you? Katie Joy looks at this like, oh, she wasn't expecting this. No. The way I look at it, and correct me if I'm wrong, when you go on to interviews, I'm sure ahead they give you what they will ask you, what will be discussed, what won't be discussed. I don't think this question came out of left field. She knew it was going to be asked, but this was true emotion out of Jinger, Because think about it, all the years that Jinger lived under the roof of her parents or were under their control, she could not express her feelings. She had to suppress her feelings. Now that she is sitting there in an interview with Juju Chang, she felt comfortable. She felt at peace with her. She felt safe with her. And this is how she expressed her emotions. Finally, she could speak about the hurt. She could show us the hurt that she was feeling from what this sick, twisted, demented Josh Duggar, her brother, had done to her. And the thing that pisses me off with Katie Joy, she's been in those shoes. She knows how it feels to be violated, to be a victim. But she couldn't show Jinger that respect of understanding that was pure and genuine emotion. She touches on Jinger claims that she has all these disorders.
Jinger Duggar is of the belief that the IBLP and Bill Gothard's teachings made her feel like she had to be a perfectionist, that she had suffered from anxiety, panic attacks, and an eating disorder. Now, as far as I know, and from public statements that she has made, as well as for her previous book, The Hope We Hold, as well as depositions, Jinger was never formally diagnosed with any of these disorders. She hasn't seen a licensed therapist to diagnose her with any of these. She has, as far as I know from her own statements, not received professional help from a licensed therapist or a doctor to help her treat any of these ailments.
According to Katie Joy, she claims she has those things, but there's no solid evidence that she's gone to a professional to actually have these disorders diagnosed. So what, Katie Joy? Are we not to believe her? Because that's what I take away from that. How is this an advocate that is out there pushing that this young lady that's telling her story cannot be believed? We should not believe her. Because we don't have the proper medical diagnosis of her having all these issues. Really? And also harping on the fact that she is just profiting off of this. So who cares? Who cares, Katie Joy? Because the same way you profited off them and exploited their story for years. What's the difference, Katie Joy? I can tell you what's the difference. This is her story to tell. What she does or how she makes her money has got nothing to do with you. She's got to make a living, but she's doing it the honest way, in my opinion. If you are sitting on your platform trying to discourage people from supporting her, she actually posted this on her social media, that she's listening to the audio book right now. So she's going to be discussing this book. Isn't that you profiting off of her story, Katie Joy? So why is it okay for you to profit, but she can't? That's fucked up. That's truly fucked up. Sticking with the profiting situation, she puts Jinger and Derek on a pedestal, stating that they have also left the family, they've separated themselves from the family, and not one time has Jill written a book. Yet Jinger has written 3 books. Maybe that's not her thing, Katie Joy. Whole weekend, Katie Joy was unhinged about this whole Jinger book that's coming out and going after Ginger's husband. She even put a poll out, which I'll insert all the screenshots here, about Jeremy, Ginger's husband, and because she didn't get the feedback that she wanted, she posted this. I'm not a Duggar fan page. I'm not a Duggar hugger. Anyone that placates and enables this cult and others surrounding them should be called out. Don't ever expect me to support cults or abuse, even if it makes you uncomfortable. If you want my page to be nicer, won't happen. Typical example, she'll be nice or try or put on the facade of her at least trying to be nice to Jinger or any other Duggar. But on her pages, Instagram, Facebook, it's not going to happen. Calling out and exposing abuse is what I do, and that includes husbands of the woman. If you want a fan page and me to be a cheerleader, find another page. I'm not a fan of any of the people I cover. If you're looking for a fan page, this isn't it. if it makes you comfortable to hear someone has been exploited and just in a new cult, that should make you uncomfortable. And she's referring to Jinger there. Way to go, advocate. People who grow up in cults are more likely and more susceptible to getting involved in another cult. They are at high risk of drug addiction, sexual abuse, suicide, and exploitation. This is the ugly reality of what I cover. A pretty and polished face on Instagram does a good job of hiding abuse. Wow. So is she saying that Jinger is being abused? So again, I do not support patriarchy in any form. I do not support misogyny, racism, or homophobia. I reserve the right to block anyone that is here to enable or defend the cult and their beliefs. I don't agree with Ginger's new church. Her book is not written by her. She used a ghostwriter from John MacArthur's church. The book allows her to rebrand and helps MacArthur, who is as bad as Gothard. If that upsets you, I am sorry. Yes, let's expose Gothard, but let's not direct people to another harmful teacher. Okay, thanks. Love you, bye. She's already posted somebody else's negative review, and you can check it out here. Didn't go and look for the positive reviews, only the negative. And she posted to say, well, I told you so. This is not a good book. This is just a money grab. So basically, Katie Joy is running an echo chamber. Period, point blank. If you go against her, you're going to get blocked. If you got something negative to say, you're a Duggar hugger. If you double down on going back and correcting about something, you're supporting the cult. Is that how advocates work? So you can't just be a decent human being and support these people that have at least made a step in the right direction, because nothing happens overnight. Absolutely nothing happens overnight. But Katie Joy, I guarantee you once again, is going to come and only give you negative feedback on this book. So as I said, if you truly want to know who you're following, as Katie Joy is so famous for saying, use your critical thinking. Do your own research. Come to your own conclusion. Don't just go ahead and believe a con artist that claims that they are a journalist and a bona fide celebrity journalist. Don't do that. Do your due diligence. This is Ginger's story. This is what Jinger went through. This is her journey. Nobody else, Jinger. And why does she have her panties in such a bunch? Because Jinger used a ghostwriter. Don't a lot of people that write books use ghostwriters? It's not something that's out of the ordinary, you know. So is it just because she used a writer that was from the church? Or was it just a ghostwriter in general? It's sad to say that Katie Joy cannot hide her jealousy, her envy. Advocate, no ma'am. No, ma'am. Liar, absolutely. So you guys, thank you so much for watching. Have a fantastic rest of your day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, and the notification bell so be notified each time I upload. And also, don't forget, make good memories. Bye guys.